Back in week 2, the Eagles dominated their first matchup against the football team. Can Washington get revenge? Find out next.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. They love their football in this part of the country, and this crowd is ready to go as their guys will match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. Just about time to rock as Toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway from FedEx Field. Here's Antonio Gibson. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. Because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Throwing is Hurts. Taking a shot for Samuel. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. So the Eagles now, they'll be in great position here to start things out. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
And he just continues to throw touchdown pass after touchdown pass, leading the league here down the final stretch of the year. Guys will say that the numbers and rankings, they don't matter to him very much. But I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, he's team first, but I think everyone would like to see him finish #1, including himself.
Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And he stopped immediately there. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Back to throw. Wallace. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Off the play fake. Wallace. This is Smith with a grab. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Devontae Smith, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
They go play action with Hurts. And he will find his man on the outside. And out across midfield down to the 45.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that'll set them back 5.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. Now, this defense for the Eagles, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
Yeah, but definitely in top form and pitched a shutout, as a matter of fact. That's the cherry on top of a great week of preparation. And you know what? These guys are eager to keep it going. Some motivation this week, not an issue.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. A dump off to Elliott. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's who you're looking for.
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Off play action. Wallace. And that's complete to Sanders. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Wallace. And once again, this is Sanders. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
From the 31, Hurts. And he will find his man, Samuel. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed. And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes, just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well. Showed it right there. Again, he'll find Samuel for the completion. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down. Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open. Washington with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. He'll get this to Elliott. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points. Not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And it would appear he's going to be short of a 1st down as he's stopped right around the 29. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. They're going to look to throw. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Taking a shot for Samuel. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And here's Hofrichter now, the punter, as he sends this one away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
On 2nd down, it's Sanders. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Operating from the gun, Wallace slings this deep from McLaurin. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but bottom line.
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. Touchdown, Washington. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Taken in at the 3. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. And Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Back to throw. Wallace. It's caught by Sanders. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The Eagles on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
They're looking for a lane, but none to be found for Sanders as they stop him short of the line to gain.
Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is taken at the 23. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out.
He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
On 1st down, Hurts. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
On 2nd and 10, Hurts. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he has another 1st down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 30.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
Rolling to his right. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. That's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. He'll drop to throw.
Got an open man, finds Gibson.
And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 13-yard line.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the 1st half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the 2nd half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw here. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Washington on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
So this defense, they gave up some yards on this drive, but bottom line, they came up with a sack when it mattered.
And we know that every down counts, but let's be honest about it. People focus on third down as a real key down in any drive, any situation, and they took full advantage of third down there and made a play.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Eagles coming out as they get ready. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second.
When you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
Well, a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On third down, Sanders. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. A big kick that time, 52 yards.
Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out.
They've got the lead. He's a big reason why, looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now, he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing again on second down. Hurts. And he's got his big tight end here. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 43.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
Escaping, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. He was superb a week ago. 3 sacks in that affair. Now 1 here in the second quarter.
Well, how about our conversations this week? With him, it was pretty simple. He said, I've got a few combinations I can try it out they haven't seen yet. And on the flip side, they thought they had a plan to block him. Might need to come up with something else because he looks like he's getting loose now.
Punch, counter punch. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. Quick hitter here. It's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. So we've reached halftime here at our nation's capital with the Washington football team on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, and it's the Packers who are out in front in the second quarter. Sam Darnold has a couple of touchdown passes. From there, we'll make the trip down to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting Jags who are out in front. Trevor Lawrence with a couple of touchdown passes there. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Carolina Panthers. The Buccaneers looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Eagles. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first two quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. Meanwhile, for Washington, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts, as you can see the numbers there.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. And the Eagles ready to go on offense to begin this third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's got a man, complete. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. A big play there for Philly.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Looking to throw. Wallace. And Sanders has got it complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards remain on second down. Back to throw. Wallace. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Terry McLaurin with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Eagles are now just an extra point away from grabbing the lead. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will put them on top here in the third. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. Again, it's Elliott. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. 2nd and 8.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. That one complete to Elliott. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A give to Elliott running left. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Second and 12. Here's Hurts to throw.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he has another 1st down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 29-yard line.
Throwing is Hurts.
And his throw here's incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Now back to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the 2nd miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
That's what he's done here in this one so far. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
You think about the strong safety position. They're the more bulkier guys in the free safety, but that time great athleticism to hustle in and break up that play.
And one thing about a play like this, if it's slow to develop, it can turn out poorly. And this play was definitely slow in developing, and that was one heck of an effort to sprint over there and get the man down before he could make anything happen.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Thomas. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. Airing it out deep for Smith.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
Flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And all the gamble fails. It's incomplete. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out.
And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10
at the 41-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He finds his man, complete. That's Rose. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A first down carry by Elliott. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
You're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Here as the regular season starts to wind down. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play.
Hurts. And he almost had his 2nd pick of the game. Probably should have. Yeah, he's frustrated as it falls incomplete.
2nd down and goal.
Hurts.
Being chased, and he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Jalen Hurts.
A 6-yard touchdown run.
And Washington has retaken the lead.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come.
Hurts will throw.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
And out now come the Eagles.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
Throwing on first down, Wallace. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Looking to throw, Wallace. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On first down, Wallace looking here for Smith downfield. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Back to throw again. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 43.
On first down, it's Sanders. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. Wallace. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. Uses the stiff arm.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. And as we peer at the numbers, he got off to a struggling start, but since then really found his rhythm.
And I think that comes together with not just the halftime adjustments, but just that quiet confidence. If you just keep doing the things you've been working on, eventually there will be creases. You know, find those gaps in the defense, keep working on them.
Touchdown, Washington.
Christian Kirk hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And Washington able to capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a fourth-quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Point after, up and good, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. With his guys trailing here in the fourth, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near-perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Quick slant here to Smith. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that's complete to Sanders. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
That's swung out wide to Sanders.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And just like that, it's third down. Looking to throw. Wallace. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Off the play fake. Wallace. Thomas has got it. Complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Bring it. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Montez Sweat. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
I remember throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. But they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and forever. Going to throw deep for the end zone.
And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down.
He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football.
The Eagles
Eagles unable to convert there on fourth.
And Washington will have it on a turnover on downs.
So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
62 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. I certainly know that I, for one, would not like to be on the other end of a tackle when this guy's coming at you full speed from a strong safety spot. Boy, that was a nice play.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Elliott. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson.
And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he's taken down inside the 30. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they take a knee.
2nd and 11.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Hurts down to one knee, and that should just about do it.
Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over.
So it's Washington getting the victory here.
And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to